Just go ahead and pass that down here, and we'll get him to get him announced. And then I don't see a scorekeeper either.
No, it's okay.
I can't see number of you. It's okay. My starters on the groups. This is how I started. So I'm not holding them. You guys want to start with your team? I'm sorry.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to beautiful Erickson Field on a nice, warm, sunny afternoon for today's National Premier Soccer League game between the visiting Eau Claire Aris and your Quad City Eagles. And now for the starting lineup. For the visiting Eau Claire Aris, number 1, Troy Osborne. Number 13, John Cheer. Number 18, Hunter Mahayan. Number 15, Robert Schroeder. Number 8, Tim Flavin. Number 6, Kadasha Dingus. Number 28, Renaud Szilard. Number 10, Chris Galbraith. Number 11, Charlie Zugel. Number 3, Gunnar Oblum. And number 2, Blake Roberts. And now for your Quad City Eagles, starting number 20, Scott Wallner. Number 2, Derek Ullman. Number 8, Emmeline Jacoby. Number 12, John Sandoval. Number 16, Jaime Casterjohn. Number 9, Kendrick Tyson. Number 4, Joe Frericks. Number 11, Tyler Holly. Number 30, Graham Nugent. Number 19, Thomas Catania. And in goal, number 33, Nick Roman. Please stand for the national anthem.
Welcome, fans, to today's soccer game between the Eau Claire Aris and your Quad City Eagles. Today's game is in Rock Island at Augustana College. It is hot out here today. We need to make sure these guys stay hydrated well, keep from cramping up, and excuse me. I have my son here working with me today. Jens is off moving. moving his daughter to Texas. She is in the services, and they had to move to Texas. My son Seth is going to be doing the commentary today, and I'll be just kind of filling in, doing the color work. Seth?
That's right. It's like you said, it's a really hot day out there. The fitness of the two teams is gonna really show early, especially once we get late into the first half. We're gonna see who the best fit team is out there. Looks like the Eagles are getting ready to go here. The Aries are still huddling up, so we're just waiting on them, and then we'll be underway.
You could just read the starting lineups real quick.
Yeah, starting lineups for today's game yet again. For the Eau Claire Aries, they got Troy Osborne in goal, number 1. Number 13, John Cheer. Number 18, Hunter McMahon. Number 15, Robert Schroeder. Number 8, Tim Flavin. Number 6, Petashu Dingus. Number 28, Renaud Szilard. Number 10, Chris Gilbreth. Number 11, Charlie Zubal. Number 3, Gunnar Olson. And number 2, Blake Roberts. For the Eagles, we got number 33, Nick Roman in goal. Number 19, Thomas Catania. Number 30, Graham Nugent. Number 11, Tyler Holly. Number 4, Joe Frericks. Number 9, Kendrick Tyson. Number 16, Jaime Castrejon. Number 12, John Sandoval. Number 8, Emlyn Jacoby. Number 2, Derek Ullman. And number 20, Scott Wallner. And we are underway here at Erickson Field. The Aries working the ball up the sideline. Little risky of a move there that early, but
One thing I want to mention here, Seth, I know the last week's game with the Eagles and the Minnesota Kings, the Eagles really pushed the midfield line. They were really pushing up and really kept the Minnesota Kings in their half, which of course gave more possession and more shots for us on goal. So I'm kind of interested in see if they don't do that again today.
well, if you can, it's always a good sign if you can push your midfielders up and possess the ball. You're going to have a successful day. And you know, it looks like you're absolutely on the ball here early. They have just about everyone in the upper third of the field. So yeah, they're going to be going for goal here, it looks like.
Well, and I think that's the result of the end of the game last week, that the Eagles ended up scoring like 4 goals within 4 or 5 minutes of each other, and it was just the second half. They were just tired. The Minnesota Kings were just tired and just could not push the ball up, which gave us the ball at half, and away they went.
Yeah, we got some good movement on the left side of the field here. Pass across the way to local product John Sandoval out of UT in East Moline. Good movement right to the box. Nice center shot. Looks like it was deflected and goes wide. So we will have a corner kick. Corner kick for the Eagles, and it looks like Castrejon's going out there to take it.
Yes.
Eagles charge in. It's a little long, chest back towards the back. A good volley shot deflected off by Petashu Dingus from the Aries, and it looks like we'll have yet another corner kick from the other side. And looks like Castrejon's crossing the field to take this one now. Now at the lefty here, the last one was an outswinger. We got one that's going to be swinging in the box here, so. Oh, beautiful effort. Just missed the header, then the follow-up volley from the back post is tipped over, so we got yet another corner kick for the Eagles. Yeah, aggressive early on here. 3 corner kicks in the first 5 minutes is a good sign. Another long one.
And that's the first one actually from the right side. I think the other first 2 were on the left side, weren't they?
The first one was on the left, the last 2 were on the right.
Last 2 were on the
Yep.
right. Sometimes this window blocks my view.
That one was a little long, carries out across the end line. We got a goal kick for the Aries. Got a little physical going up for the header. That'll be a free kick for the Aries. Not much movement. The Eagles are clearly the aggressors so far here. They've really dominated possession and just field position. There hasn't been a legit attempt even towards the Eagles side of the field in the first 5 here, so if that's an indication of things to come, it could be a good day for the Eagles, but you never want to get your hopes up too early.
Well, and I've also noticed with the Eau Claire Airs, they have 2 subs, or is that one sub?
Looks like they have 3 on the
Maybe
bench.
3. That's the same thing that Minnesota had last week, and they didn't sub until the second half, and it was almost like it was too late. Some of the legs were already gone.
Yeah, throw-in coming in here for the Eagles. Been kind of going in and out on the sideline here. No real attempt. Now a tip forward, and Eagles possess control. A great cross ball, a little too far, and Eagles couldn't quite get to it. But they're going to have a throw-in deep in the Aries territory, and this could present a pretty good chance here. Throws it back to the sideline. They're going to work up the middle of the field. They seem to be most comfortable so far working up the middle. Good cross, nobody's there. Backside finally gets a shot, but it sails high. Awkward positioning for that volley. So we're going to have a goal kick for the Aries here. And still, the aggressiveness is definitely on the Eagles early on here. They just appears as if the Aries have come out a little flat-footed. Aries bringing possession up the right sideline and cut off well by defense of the Eagles. So we're going to have a goal kick for the Eagles.
Well, Seth, and like I've been announcing the last couple of games that we've had, really hot. This is another hot one today. It's got to be in the middle 90s. Humidity up there has got to have a heat index up in the hundreds, and like you noted at the beginning, we're going to find out which team can handle it.
The Aries not doing a great job of possessing the ball. Turnover again to the Eagles, who bring it up the field. A little bit of an ambitious approach up the sideline there. Caught the Eagles a little flat-footed, but Aries will take a throw in and try and just bad touches. Good passing in the middle of the field. Just lost possession there by the Eagles, who still just dominated possession early on here. There's a nice ball up the side across to the middle of the field, but there's nobody there. And a clearance by Eau Claire finally to get it out of the danger zone there. A dangerous header towards the middle of the field causes a pretty solid collision between Eau Claire and the Eagles, and the Eau Claire player is down and slowly getting back up now. That's Hunter McMahon that went down on that one. Looks like we're going to have a free kick for the Eagles here. Free kick from the Eagles here outside, about midway through their side of the field. They're going to work it up the left sideline now. a great ball up the sideline, just a little bit too far. It's going to carry over the end line, and that's going to be an Aries goal kick.
That's one of those, Seth, when I've mentioned before in some of our games, we play on AstroTurf. Sometimes you can't judge the ball, the bounce of the ball, or you can't judge the pace of the ball. That one just got a little way.
Yeah, it's definitely a different feel. It's much faster, which can lead to a little bit sloppier possession. And you can tell so far that the Eagles are a little bit more comfortable with it than the Aries.
Yes.
Nice little touch passing possession onto the right side, and then a switch of fields over to the left side for the Eagles, who are now working it up the left sideline. And just great possession so far. A lot of Eagles players up and a lot of Aries players back, which you can't lose if you don't allow the other team to score, and they're doing a good job of that early on. A little footwork and an effort to put the ball right into the center of the box for the Eagles, and it was thwarted by the Aries there as they worked the ball up the field now on a little bit of a counterattack. Terrible pass towards the outside, those intercepted by the Eagles, and they will move the ball back up. Again, just the possession is overwhelmingly on the Eagles side right now. Yeah, good effort up the sideline, but he's called offsides by the officials, so it'll be a free kick for the Eagles, or for the Aries, I'm sorry. Ball on the free kick, a little ambitious to the one lone Aries player up there, surrounded by Eagles, gets a head on the ball, but an easy pickup for the goalkeeper for the Eagles, Roman. Just in general, watching here the first 10 minutes, the Aries movement is just almost non-existent when they have possession of the ball. They just are doing a lot of standing around, and the Eagles are really taking advantage of it early on.
You know, and I think that's kind of counterproductive because it looks like they're running like a 3-5-1, which, you know, when they're running that 3-5-1, they want the possession and move the ball, but it's just not happening. It's just not connected.
Osborne for the Aries, the goalkeeper's possessing the ball right now, looks to play it out to the right wing. He's going to carry it up the sideline, and maybe the Aries can get some possession going here. And another bad pass, and the Eagles look to take advantage. Mostly a clearance there. And that one might just carry all the way out through the end line and give the Aries a goal kick. As far as the Eagles are concerned, what player would the Aries worry about making that first strike on goal for the day? Who's the scorer for the Eagles right now?
Well, Emlyn Jacoby is, I believe, the leading scorer for the team, number 8. He's the South African player we have that actually lives in the Quad Cities now. As far as any of those midfielders or forwards can actually strike the ball pretty well.
Jacoby wearing the captain's armband out there in the center midfielder spot today.
Yes, and I think they'll look for him to break loose. Usually he's playing in the midfield though, and comes up and, you know, takes a striker position. But what's his number? Oh yes, Derek Ullman is actually a defender, playing up out there too. I think what you'll see a lot is
shot from the side, blocked by Aries keeper.
Tyson is so fast that sometimes he just blows by people and can get a shot off.
Speed does wonders in the game of soccer. One player that is definitely going to be more used to the field than most is Scott Wallner, center midfielder, number 20. former Augie player, so he has spent his time on this field. Jacoby works the ball on the sideline, passes back to the defense to gain a little bit more spread here on the field. Work the possession back up. They're doing a great job of switching fields. It's one thing that's going to be heck for the Eau Claire defense is they're definitely not concentrating on working the ball on one side or the other. They're all over the place when they're coming up. As I say that, another good switch across the field to Graham Nugent, back to Jacoby. Jacoby's bringing it up the center here. Effort at a shot from outside the box is blocked by the area's defenders and cleared out. But yet again, they're just overmatched up top. Area's offensive players have had no real good opportunities against this Eagles defense so far. Right now, it looks like the Eagles are just putting up forth a better effort. Another good defensive play by Tyler Holly. Now the Eagles are counter-attacking. Effort at a cross is blocked, and looked like the Eagles were streaking in the box there to make a play, and he might have been dragged down. He wanted the call, didn't get one. The keeper makes the save, and the Aries are bringing the ball up the field now.
I think what you'll find, Seth, is a lot of the offense that the Eagles have will actually start out of the defense. The defense is so good. They got Tommy Catania back there in the middle. I'm telling you what, he is a wall. And he gets it to the outside to Holly and Graham out there and Nugent out there, and they seem to make that great pass into the center.
It was an effort to push the ball up the sideline there on a good run by the Eagles. Graham Nugent, but it was stopped in the air by the Aries defense. Would have been a great opportunity for a goal there. The Aries possessions so far have been real slow, real not aggressive at all. On the other hand, the Eagles, when they possess the ball, they're constantly moving it. There's a lot of movement. The Aries appear to be overmatched early. A little bit of play for the ball in the middle causes a foul, and it'll be an Eagles kick from just beyond the midfield. There's a service ball into the box, a little bit in front of, I believe that was Graham Nugent.
Yeah, Graham is one that pulls up and out of the defense to get good opportunities there.
So the goal kick from the Aries is just played out wide to the defense, and I'm honestly a little bit surprised that there it is, a pass back to the goalie and he boots up. I'm a little surprised that the Aries, when they have opportunities like goal kicks or free kicks back in their zone, that they're not just clearing it out since the possession's been back there so long. Good run up the left sideline was led into a cross by the Eagles, but it was cleared out, and now the Eagles have a corner kick from the left side. Again, this is going to be an outswinger, and another corner kick early. A little long again. It's headed straight back up in the air, and a little bit of a clearance, but the Eagles are going to possess it again outside the box. Strong cross. It's going to sail out of bounds, and it's going to be another Aries goal kick. And as I was saying before, I'm just real surprised that they have not made more of an effort of just clearing it out, getting their midfielders and forwards involved. And this defense is, with this heat, they are going to be tired in a hurry.
Looks like this is going to be a goal kick. Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell how hot it is out there. There's numerous players from both teams that every chance they get, they're running to the sideline, getting a bottle of water. Physical matchup by Nugent in the air with an Aries player who has a tremendous height advantage over him, but got a little too physical, and the Eagles get the call. They'll get a free kick from the outside.
Yeah, he is a number 6, little tall guy, isn't he?
Yes, that would be Petashu Dengus, and he's definitely got the height advantage out on the field. He could be, if the Aries got an opportunity to have a corner kick or a free kick closer to the box, he would definitely, I would believe, be the one to watch. That's height you don't see too often in this sport.
No.
Every Aries push is just not real threatening, and the Eagles seem to be getting rid of it with ease. We're going to have a throw-in by the Eagles here. Jacoby back to Nugent. Back through the defense to bring it back up. As you said, they seem to be comfortable doing that. Now a little bit of a counterattack here by the Aries on the turnover by the Eagles, and again, just they slow it down. I'm not sure. From early on here, we got about 25 minutes left in the first half. Early on, I'm just a little surprised that they wouldn't try and take advantage of a counterattack, given how much they've just been dominated in the possession. As here comes Ullman with the turnover, bringing it up now the middle of the field. A good cross to a wide open Eagles player on the left sideline. He's going to make a run towards the end zone, and a shot and a goal. Kendrick Tyson on the goal. Beautiful effort. The goal was really made by Derek Ullman, who caused the turnover and brought it up the right sideline and made the amazing crossover to Tyson, who just carried it the rest of the way and puts it right underneath goalie Troy Osborne as the Eagles take a 1-0 lead with 24:19 left in the first half. And you could just kind of sense that was coming eventually.
Yes, I think with the constant pressure that they were putting on there, sooner or later something's going to break down, and it did. But if I remember what we did the last game, we did this pretty much about the same way, about the 20-minute mark, and it stayed that way for the rest of the half. But it seemed like after the Minnesota Kings came out after halftime, it was just 5 minutes, and the floodgates started opening up.
Derek Ullman's really causing problems for these Aries players on the left side. But here's when Aries have a chance. They're finally in the Eagles box, and a great defensive play and a clearance. Shuts that down in a hurry by Tyler Holly. Tyler Holly, another local guy, went to Bettendorf High School, so he's a right here in the Quad Cities person. Good effort as the Eagles bring it up in the middle of the field on a counter again, and that's going to go against the Eagles, I would believe. Yeah, looks like Jacoby just making a run at the ball in the box. It would have been an easy goal if he'd gotten through, but that Aries player that was in his way was trucked down out of his way.
A little too ambitious, but I'd much rather have that than sitting back and watching.
Some fancy footwork was attempted there by Kendrick Tyson in the middle of the field. It turns over, but yet again the Eagles come right back with the ball. The domination possession-wise is really showing, not only on the field but on the scoreboard right now. Eagles take a run to the middle of the field and put a ball through the box. I wasn't sure, I'm not sure if, I believe Derek Ullman was the only one in the vicinity, and I think he was confused as well if that was a pass or a shot.
Looks like we're going to take a water break. That's a good thing. thing.
Yeah, with this kind of heat, they're going to get a referee-mandated break. So this will be a good time to talk about some of the Eagles sponsors right now: Central Credit Union, Isla Capri Casino, big-time helpers for the Eagles' cause this season.
Yeah, we also have Johannes Bus Services for all our bus needs. We have Group O. A lot of. We just couldn't have a season like we've had if it wasn't for these sponsors and their help.
Well, so far here we are stopped at the 21-minute mark, and it's been a first half wildly dominated by the Eagles to this point. They've definitely controlled all possession. They have the notch on the scoreboard over the Aries right now, but they just look appear about halfway through the first half to be the better team so far.
Yeah, I think you're right, Seth. And I believe, although you would think that with the Aries not getting past half, they might be a little bit more rested, but you know that they're working to get past half, and you know we just keep pushing it back at them. So
Every once in a while they'll make an approach up the field, but it just seems like nothing ever really follows with it. They haven't brought too much energy up the field with them. They've been playing a lot of chase the ball from the Eagles' possession. And really, a lot of the possession has been on the foot of Emlyn Jacoby. He's really done a good job of controlling the middle of the field for the Eagles. And as far as I can see, him and Derek Ullman are really the two. Despite Kendrick Tyson getting the goal, Derek Ullman and Jacoby are the two that are really giving the Aries problems on the midfield.
I think you're right. They're coming out of the midfield doing that. So, like I said, with that defense pushing that midfield midline, it gives that midfield more room and more space to do what they got to do, and it shows with the 1-goal lead.
So it looks like we're going to get back started here with an Aries goal kick, and now that everybody's a little more hydrated, a little ready to go, this heat is absolutely blazing here.
Don't say anything. I want to watch it when I get home.
Ooh, and a ball up the middle of the field by the Aries is handed down by number 28, Renaud Szilard, and that's going to be a free kick for the Eagles, who immediately change fields and go to a little bit more open space, which has really been what they've been doing all game, and that's why they've dominated so much of the possession, working up the sideline here, but are unable to control it. It's knocked out by the Aries, and it looks like we're going to have a corner kick again for the Eagles. Really, if the Eagles can convert on one or two of these corner kicks, they've had a bunch of them, they could really put the Aries in a tough position of getting back into this game. Great ball headed in. As I say it, the Eagles convert on a corner kick. Thomas Catania comes up from the back with a nice header. The ball goes all the way through the box, and he puts it right past the
Yeah, who took that corner?
goal. I'm not sure exactly who took the corner. I know previously that Jaime Castrejon has taken the corners. I'm not sure if he took that one or not. But again, the Eagles' dominance of the possession has led to a 2-goal lead here, with goals by Kendrick Tyson early, and now this one by defenseman Thomas Catania.
Yeah, Catania is one of those that comes out of that center defense, comes up to take those headers on the corner kicks, and you know he's kind of tall, so that's not a bad thing, and he obviously can.
Oh, and a great run so far. The ball passed right up the middle on a great run. I believe it's Kendrick Tyson. He gets tied up on the defender though, and the Aries are able to clear it out. But that very easily could have been number 3 there for the Eagles.
That might have been a backbreaker right there.
Yeah, with the way that the Eagles have been possessing the ball in this heat, another one this early might put the Aries in a position where they cannot climb back from. Some good possession on the right side of the field, and as we've stated throughout the entire game, the Eagles' possession is just wearing out these Aries defenders. It almost looks like they're toying with them a little bit on the right side of this field. A good cross is just missed by Kendrick Tyson. It'll sail across the end line, and we'll have another goal kick for the Aries. I think the Aries are strongly anticipating halftime right now.
I think you're right. They look to be, I don't know, I guess they look to me to be a little disoriented. They're not quite all together and on the same page.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. They appear to, I'm not sure if it's the heat, if they're tired, but they just don't appear to be as into the game as the Eagles at this point. Another great run up the middle by Jacoby. And we're going to have a handball, possibly, and what might be a free kick for the Eagles right outside of the 18.
I think it was just outside the 18. But it'll be a nice direct free kick from there.
And the Aries are yet again put in a tough spot with 17 left in the first half. The Eagles are going to have a really good opportunity here.
And if I'm right, Jacoby will probably end up taking this.
It doesn't appear that he's on the ball. It looks like we have Castrejón lined up, as well as it could be Jacoby there as well. I could be wrong. It is Castrejón who takes a great shot, tipped up, and a big collision. The keeper from the Aries tips the ball up off the Castrejón shot, and there's a hard collision between Kendrick Tyson and the keeper Troy Osborne. It's going to result in a free kick for the Aries.
That was a nice free kick, though, with that in-swinger toward that outside post.
Yeah, it was well placed, and with the bobble there at the tip from the goalie, the Eagles had been a little more on top of that rebound. Could have had number 3 there. Oh, and Scott Wallner gets clipped a little bit on the heels, and we're going to get a free kick from a ways out here. Maybe they're just going to touch it back, and a great ball into the middle, but again another collision with the Aries goalie. He goes down, and we're going to have another free kick. And that one was Thomas Catania again on the streaking up the middle.
So it's a free kick for the Aries coming out.
Yeah, right out of the box. Thomas Catania has been real active up front. He must be getting bored in the back. A great ball into Catania, and really it was a great save by the keeper, but the collision made the ball go the Aries way. It looked like the Aries were trying to get a little bit of possession in the middle of the field, but yet again it's pulled apart by the Eagles, and it almost looks like the Eagles have changed their strategy a little bit late here in the first half, probably due to fatigue. They've moved on from possession in the middle of the field and working the ball up to a little bit more of a long ball approach, more services and runs up the middle of the field. And I think you see that more often when teams get fatigued, and with this heat, both teams are going to be fatigued.
It's almost like, well, I'm going to kick the ball up, and then I got time to take a break and catch my breath.
Tyson Kendrick kind of lost focus there, and the ball actually, a pass from Ullman to Kendrick in the middle of the field was tipped by an Aries defender, but it kind of followed Kendrick as I believe he thought the Aries were possessing the ball. A little bit of the Aries with a little tricky move on the Kendrick Tyson. This is Aries' real first shot here. Comes into the box, a leg saved by the keeper Roman, headed in by Pedashoot Dengus, and that's going to go out, and we're going to have a corner kick for the Aries. This is really their first opportunity that they've had the entire game, and it, as I said, it makes you wonder if the fatigue is getting to the Eagles from being so active in the first half. They seem to be falling back a little bit, and now the Aries are getting their first opportunity here on a goal kick. And as we were talking about before, this is really where you're going to want to watch Dengus, number 6, for the Aries. With his height advantage, he could be real dangerous in the air. And surprisingly, he was not even involved in the play in the middle of the field. They let it carry all the way over to the other side, and the Eagles take possession again. It was not the most organized corner kick I had seen. And the Eagles work on possessing the ball back to the defense again, and this is really what made them successful here throughout the first half. Looks like they have reverted back to it a little bit more. 13 left in the first half. The Eagles are up 2-0 on goals by Thomas Catania and Kendrick Tyson. And a great pass to Derek Ullman, who's streaking through the box. He's caught up by the Aries defender, though, and we're going to have a corner kick for the Eagles. Derek Ullman, who's been playing really well in this first half, I believe, made a run at the goal there. He was just caught by a faster defender. I believe this is going to be Castrejón again taking the corner. Lofted in and headed out by the Aries.
Has he taken all of them now?
I believe so. I believe he's taken every corner so far. They swing it back out to Castrejón, who plays a good ball into the box, a little over the head of Wallner. Wallner was wide open in the middle of the box, and I think he would have served better to serve it to his feet rather than his head in that situation. But it doesn't take long, and the Eagles are working up the ball again. A service ball into the middle for Ullman, but it's gathered by Osborne, the Aries keeper, and he'll look to punt it out here. Punt, the Aries bump it straight out of bounds, and we'll have an Eagles throw in. Now with 11.5 here in the first, the Eagles are slowly possessing the ball through the defense with a 2-goal lead. A good run here by Jacoby. He's caught by the Aries defender, and a little physical for the referee. We're going to have a Aries free kick from right outside the box.
That was a great run by Jacoby, maintaining not being offsides, and the end result just didn't happen, but great timing.
The one thing I can give the Aries right now is that their defense looks to be a little quicker than the Eagles' offense. They've had a lot of those through balls, a lot of those runs that Ullman earlier, that time Jacoby, where it was a great ball, they just got caught. Aries now trying to work the ball up the right side of the field. And a good cross into the middle, but it's way long, goes off the uprights for the field goal. Be trying to get an easy 3, but they're in the wrong sport. So we're going to have a goal kick for the Eagles here. Nick Roman's going to clear it out. Again, I think a situation of fatigue. Most of the balls, whether they're free kicks, goal kicks, that the Eagles have had in their area have been short passes where they can work the possession up, and it looked like they were going to clear long there. It was actually intercepted by an Aries player, and then it goes back to the Eagles defense anyway, so about worked out the same. Ullman and Kendrick Tyson have switched sides. Tyson's on the right now, and he had the ball on a good run up the sideline. The ball just carried out of the end line, and he was unable to hang on to it. It'll be a Aries goal kick now, but a good run.
Be thanked by the Eagles for their generous support. The Isle Casino Hotel is proud to invest in Bentonville, Scott County, and Iowa. Visit the www.iowebstore.com website for daily, weekly web specials and for your
Some good pass work intercepted by the Aries, and they'll take good possession over in the middle of the field, but yet again, the Eagles' defense just seems to be outclassing this area's offense so far.
It looks to me like the Eagles defense is stepping up on that first pass that they make and making the receiver of that first pass maybe make a pass sooner than he wants to, and then it always seems like it's always a turnover for the Eagles. So that's not a bad thing for the Eagles, but it doesn't bode well for the Aries.
The outside midfielders for the Eagles, Kendrick Tyson and Derek Ullman, are really causing problems for the Aries up and down the sidelines. But what I've noticed what they're both very good at is slashing it inside and out the middle. They don't just specifically work the sideline. They do a lot of slashing in and out, and it's really causing problems for the people who are trying to defend them, especially with Kendrick Tyson's speed. Eagles work some possession in the middle of the field here and through the defense, as they've done so much. We're at about 7.5 in the first, and Kendrick Tyson with a nice pass back to the middle, and then back outside to Tyson, who's going to play it to the middle to Jacoby. Jacoby's going to take a deep shot, but it's going to be easily rounded up by Aries goalkeeper Troy Osborne. The punt goes straight to Jacoby, who plays it right back up the middle, and the Eagles get some more possession. And I think Osborne's going to regret that punt. That was poorly played. Good change of field by the Eagles. Working up the sideline of the box. We have a good cross here, and nobody's on the back post though. Effort to clear it just goes right back to the defense, which has done a phenomenal job for the Eagles to this point, just possessing the ball, and they've been pretty airtight so far. I might be mistaken, but I cannot recall one significant threat to goalie Nick Roman today. I know he had
just the last one that they had down there. That was
he had one that he had
probably the closest that they could come.
Yeah, he's made one tip, but outside of that, he's been pretty easy down there for him. The Eagles just have maintained incredible possession on the Aries side of the field. And here we go, a little give and go on the sideline that's going to result attempted to cross, but ended up getting knocked out, and now the Eagles still have possession outside the box, as the Aries have all but one player really packed inside right now, and now the Eagles are going to bring up some defenders. An ambitious attempt there by Graham Nugent, who I'm not sure if he was trying to take a shot on goal or put the ball across, but it sailed well over the goal, and the Aries will take a goal kick.
No, I think you're right, Seth. I mean, as far as the attacks on goal, I mean, the Eagles have 6 corner kicks, and the Aries only have 1.
And the one Aries corner kick was nothing to talk about.
No.
It was very poorly executed. So the goal kick by the Aries goes to the middle of the field, and they will actually take possession and try and work the ball up. A good run, but a great slide tackle by the defense of the Eagles gives the Eagles possession again as they work back up the sideline. And now this is really the first time that we've seen this from the Aries so far today, is a little bit more effort to work the ball through the defense rather than boot the ball forward and lose possession is what they've been doing most of the time. But here's a little ball movement, and we haven't seen too much of that. It's a good through ball on a run, but a little too far ahead of number 7 for the Aries, and goalkeeper Nick Roman's going to easily grab it. Number 7, Carlos Ruiz, I believe he was a substitution. I don't believe he started the game for the Aries. We're gonna have a long throw by Kendrick Tyson. It's gonna go all the way back to the middle of the midfield for the Eagles, and now they're gonna possess the ball through the right side. A great ball into the middle by Derek Ullman. He takes a shot on goal that is saved by Troy Osborne, the Aries keeper.
That was a nice save, but looked to me like Derek was going for the far post, and I thought maybe his better shot was the near post.
He possibly could have taken another touch there and slotted it easily by the goalie, but
Yes,
easier said than done, I should say.
nice save by the keeper, though.
It was a great save, and yet again, I just need to point out the problems that the outside midfielders, Kendrick Tyson and Derek Ullman, are really giving the Aries, and there was a situation again where one was slashing into the middle and had a great attempt at the goal. Troy Osborne with the ball again. He has been active.
Been very busy. Yes, he is.
But about 2.5 left in the first half, and the Aries are finally making a run up the left sideline. A low cross that's going to be easily rounded up by the Eagles' defense, and they're going to move the ball up through Kendrick Tyson on the right side. Continues to carry the ball up, and a touch outside now to Scott Wallner, who's got a great opportunity for a cross here. It's a little long and over the head of Derek Ullman, and that'll go out for an Aries throw-in. We're going to have a substitution for the Eagles as Aaron Winkleman's going to come in late in the first half as a replacement for Graham Nugent.
While there's a substitution going on, I want to do some of these announcements that get us to do what we got to do for the Quad City Eagles here. Dynamite coupons, bring you savings all day, every day. Visit dynamitecoupons.com for incredible savings at the area's most dynamic businesses. Orthopedic Specialist PC is the only group with the board certified and fellowship trained orthopedic surgeons. The soccer shed, your soccer stuff is in our shed, it says. Isle Casino Hotel, Bettendorf. Azteca 4 Restaurant. Center Credit Unions for all your credit union needs. Orthopedic Specialist. Group O. Absolute Balance Chiropractic. Pola America and the Greater Quad Cities Chamber of Commerce, Greater Quad Cities Chamber Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. With all them people, we couldn't do it without them, and the Quad City Eagles would like to just take this time to thank them for all their help. Thank you very much.
The referees have blown the whistle for halftime here with the Eagles up 2-0 with goals by Thomas Catania and Kendrick Tyson.
Welcome back, fans, to our second half here. Teams are just getting ready to go out and play. I want to take a little time here to let you know on some of the stats in the first half. Corner kicks go to the Quad City Eagles 5-1. Shots go to the Quad City Eagles 5-1. Offsides, it's 1-1, I believe. Fouls, the Eagles actually have 4, and the Eau Claire areas have 2. Corner kicks go 3-3. course, is 2-0 to the Eagles. Scoring goals was Tyson with an assist from Ullman, and then Catania in the 19th minute. So 2-0, your score for the Eagles. Let's hope the second half stays the same, and I'll turn you back over to my son Seth. And Seth, it's all yours.
And the first half was widely dominated by the Eagles. Possession-wise, it was far and away a win for the Eagles, and maybe the Aries will be able to turn it around a little bit in the second half, but if it's anything like the first half, the Eagles are in good shape. They really did a significant domination of the possession, and the Aries had a few ambitious approaches, but nothing that keeper Nick Roman was ever really concerned with. And we're underway here in the second half. As Dad told you, the Eagles are up 2-0 on goals by Kendrick Tyson and Thomas Catania. A little bit of a collision there in the middle of the field early, as the Eagles will take a free kick from about midfield. And you know, Pedeshu Dingus is a very tall player for the Aries, but he seems to be part of a lot of the physical confrontations out there as well. I'm not sure if that has to do with his length or what, but the Eagles are now working up the left sideline. A good pass. Now across to the middle, wide open, but a bad touch by Derek Ullman goes right to the goalkeeper, and he will have possession of the ball, and will look to looks like he's going to kick it out of here. But an early effort for the Eagles that is a very positive start for them. Derek Ullman was just unable to get a handle on the through ball from Jacoby. The Eagles are already back to possessing, and it's starting to look a little bit like deja vu here early on. A good through ball to Ullman, but it looks like he's just not going to have the speed to keep up with Tim Flavin, the defender for the Aries. As they attempt to play it out, but then just boot it out, and the Eagles will have a throw-in deep in Aries territory. It's an ambitious approach.
Gotta get a name.
It goes out of bounds, and we'll have a goal kick by the Aries.
Larry Atkinson.
Yes.
Darren Galt.
Ah, yes.
Right there.
I know Darren. Good, yeah, good.
And my dad, a former high school soccer coach, is actually the winner of 2 Chicago Fire tickets for the Eagles. Is a former player of his from way back in the day, so a little bit of nostalgia there, as the Eagles are continually possessing the ball up to the middle of the field, and now back to the defenses. They just appear to be, you know, far and away advanced in the ways of possession to the Aries. Number 4, Joe Frericks, is now carrying the ball up to the middle. Good possession, and he touches it back. But a good run by Frericks, a nice effort on the pass to the middle by number 16, Jamie Castrejon. Broken up by the Aries, and now a distance shot for Derek Ullman with a diving attempt by Troy Osborne, but the ball just goes just wide. That'll lead to a goal kick for the Aries. A little bit ambitious of a shot there by Ullman, but the way things are going, why not take that chance?
But you know, they're making that keeper work a lot too. He's been picking himself up off that ground quite a bit here in the second half.
He's already been all over there early on here, only a few minutes in, and he's already had to dive a few times. It just goes to show what the Eagles have been doing to him all game long. A long goal kick goes all the way through back to the goalie, Nick Roman, and the Eagles will go yet again on possession. Aries actually appear to be coming out with a little bit more energy here in the second half, but possession-wise it hasn't changed, but you can tell just effort-wise they're stepping it up. A good run by number 14, who's another sub for the Aries, Aaron Bresna. makes a good run up the sideline, but it's thwarted by number 4, Joe Frericks for the Eagles.
Yeah, you can tell that number 14 playing that was a right outside fullback.
It looks like he's at right back. Yeah, now he's got to deal with Kendrick Tyson.
Got some good speed in his legs, so he's probably one of the fresher ones out there.
Looks like Kendrick Tyson might have accidentally got a hand on the ball, and that'll get a free kick from a ways away here for the Aries. Good effort there by Castrejón to take the ball back, and a through ball. Derek Ullman making a run, but it looks like the goalie actually comes out, heads the ball away, and a ambitious attempt by Scott Wallner to put it back with the leg behind his head, shot from about 30 yards out, came up empty, and the Eagles just go on possession again. They lose it now though. Hunter McMahon carries the ball up for the Aries, and he's just going to slow it down, possess it, and let the Aries gain control again. The fresh legs of Bresna are being used early on here by the Aries, as he's making a lot of runs up. Some good defense there by Frericks, ends up in a goal kick for the Eagles as he wards off Petashut Dengus. So Nick Roman will take the goal kick for the Eagles as they try and move it back up the other end of the field. But the Aries definitely seem to have a little bit more energy early on here, and it looks like the Eagles are going to make another substitution. Looks like Kyle Yeager's going to come in for Derek Ullman, take over that left outside midfield spot.
We need to watch Kyle out there at that left outside mid. He is also one of those like Ullman who would take that run up and try and create as much as he can coming up.
The slasher types. Ullman was really a standout in that first half, but with the Eagles dominating so largely, it'd be a good time to get him out and give him a breather in this heat.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe the coach just noticed he just doesn't quite have what he had in the first half. So let's get somebody fresh in there.
He's slowed up a little bit, and understandably so, with the numerous amount of runs that he had to make early and really even early in the second half. Kendrick Tyson plays the ball up and puts a through ball to Joe Frericks, but it's kicked out of bounds by the Aries defense, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles, who immediately begin possessing the ball again and are going through Kendrick Tyson now. They seem to look to Kendrick Tyson quite a bit as far as possession in the midfield. I wonder if they'll go to him even more now that his counterpart on the other end, Derek Ullman's out. I guess that'll show us how much of an impact Kyle Yeager's going to have on the game.
And I think you'll notice that some of you are watching this game and watched the last game, that some of the traits that are going on here are pretty much like they were in the last game, with the Eagles pushing forward and making those crossing and bypasses down the line, letting our players run onto them. And it seemed to work out well in the second half of the last game. Hopefully it'll do the same thing this game.
A nifty approach by Robert Schrader. Works his way through a couple Eagles defenders, and a little bit of a physical play there from Jacoby's on Schrader is gonna result in.
I think that's a proper call. I don't think Jacoby played the ball like he should have, and played more of the man than the ball, and that's the call.
It resulted in a free kick and a few words from Schrader to the referee, but ended up in a handshake between Schrader and Jacoby, and everything appears to be shipshape. The Aries are going to take this free kick. It looks like they're going to hook this in for a header. And yet again, as I pointed out on their, there's a collision right outside the box. An Eagles and an Aries player both go down, but both are up now. Again, as I pointed out during the Aries corner kicks, they have an incredibly tall forward up there, shot by the Aries from the outside of the box. Number 28, Renaud Salard goes over the crossbar for a goal kick from the Eagles. They have an incredibly tall player out there in Petashud Dengus, and in numerous times services in the box, he is not available. He stands outside the box, and it shocks me that he is not the #1 target in those situations in that box. A good pass here that goes to Kendrick Tyson. He loses the touch on the ball. But Scott Wallner gains possession around the box. It's poked out finally by the Aries defense, and we'll have a throw-in for the Eagles outside of the box here. Wallner makes a run into the box, but it's gathered by the Aries defense and cleared out. But the clearance goes right to the Eagles, so they'll work on a possession again. A great pass into the middle by Frericks, but again, the Aries defense is tightened up a little bit here around the box, and they've really pulled quite a few people back. A cross attempt is knocked down by Aries, and it looks like they're going to try and counterattack here, but a great effort on the part of number 14, Aaron Winkleman, which was a sub at the end of the first half, to recover and take that ball away and give possession back for the Eagles. A shot from outside the box, so no real chance there, just kind of a turnaround. Couldn't find anything else, so he put a left-footed shot and went right through the uprights and over the goal for a free kick for the Aries. And it looks like we're going to have another substitution here for the Eagles, as Austin Otto is going to come into the game, I believe, for Scott Wallner.
Yeah, Austin Otto is another one of them players with some great speed. You'll see him busting it down the sideline.
And with some activity on the Eagles bench, it looks like they might not be done quite yet with their substitutions. Looks like number 7, Max Mucho, is up and getting loose a little bit, and he might be headed into the game before too long.
You know, it's not a bad idea. They get 7 subs per game. Why not use them?
Especially in this heat, yeah. Kendrick Tyson made a nifty little move, tried to get a little bit of space into the box. Eventually it was just poked away, but a strong goal opportunity there. It was a good defensive play by the Aries. And a bad pass as Kendrick Tyson uses his speed to break past the Aries defender. Caught up to him, but we're going to have he's carrying it up the end line, a poke to the middle. And the Aries defense is really doing a good job of damage control so far, because making up for the midfield's lack of possession. And as I was pointing out, here comes Max Mucho now. And just, it looks, well, there's a little bit of confusion from the referee. The substitution's not going to come in now. It looks like when he will come in, it'll be for Thomas Catania, who got the goal earlier for the Eagles. A pass right up the middle. Great shot, but an amazing diving save by Troy Osborne. Jamie Castrejon with the left-footed rocket, but a fantastic save by Troy Osborne, the goalie. One-handed diving save on a absolute rocket from Castrejon. Eagles again with possession across. It's touched by number 10, Kyle Yeager, but easily rounded up by the goalie, Troy Osborne. But the Eagles aren't laying back. They're staying aggressive, and they're looking like they're in the business to get another goal here pretty soon. I'll tell you, you got to be frustrated if you're an Aries defender right now. They've really tightened up, and they're doing a really good job of stopping all these efforts from the Eagles, but they get the ball out, and the midfield is just unable to hold any possession for them whatsoever. The Eagles' midfield and defensive backs have really taken over this game. The Eagles have played a little bit more long ball here later in the game, but I think a large part of that is trying to take advantage of the fatigue from the Aries defenders, who, as I said, through the first 15 minutes of this second half have just been running relentlessly trying to make up. Now the sub for the Eagles comes in as Max Muchel comes in for Thomas Catania.
Coming out, number 19, Thomas Catania.
Yeah, I'm real excited to see how Mr. Muchow. It seems Tommy really controlled the center of that defense. I'd like to see if Mr. Muchow can do the same thing.
This means OS provides patients with the highest quality.
And it looks like actually they're going to have Muchow play a little bit more of an attacking forward position, and they've moved somebody else back to that center spot where Catania was occupying.
Visit the website, osquadcity.com.
Muchow's got some decent size out there. He's really as far as height goes, he's definitely the tallest of the attacking Eagles right now.
Another substitution for the Quad City Eagles into the game.
Quad City Eagles are going to change goalkeepers right now. Tyler Cowherd's going to go in for Nick Roman. Hopefully Tyler Cowherd can be as bored as Nick Roman was throughout the game.
Yeah, you're right.
That means that the Eagles are doing their job. But
You know, that's not a bad. I mean, he's been out there. He's been their #1 goalkeeper the whole year. And with Cowherd getting out there, you know, that's got to bode well for the team, and it's got to give him a little boost in what he believes in. And I think this is the same thing that happened in the last game, although I think the substitution was a little bit earlier.
Good effort on the run by the Eagles, streaking into the box. It goes just wide, and we'll have a goal kick for the Aries.
And I think, as you can see, the defense is still pushing that center line, trying to keep that ball in their offensive half, and as the same as last week. It's just a matter of time before they put another one in.
Really, with a goalkeeper change like the Eagles have pulled here, I think it's a good timing. You know, you have a steaming hot game out here, a game that has really been dominated possession-wise by the Eagles. 2-0 score isn't the most dominating, but the 2-0 score doesn't really say exactly how this game's gone. From the looks of the game, it would appear to be more of a 4 or 5-0 score so far. But as I said, the Aries defense has been working hard. They've been playing well. They're just getting no help from their counterparts up top. A good through ball there to number 13, Ostinato, but it runs just across the end line and will result in yet another goal kick. And Troy Osborne's got to be getting tired back there. He's put in just as much effort as the midfielders have. The Eagles have a couple more players. Looks like they're warming up on the sideline. They're going to try and get some fresh legs in there, and that's a big time advantage for the Eagles have over the Aries right now, is the use of substitutions.
I'd like to take this time too. I think we need to thank all the volunteers that have helped the Quad City Eagles out this season. Without them, things just would not be right. And we've had a lot of kids step up, and a lot of the kids soccer clubs step up and come and help, and parents and all that. It just makes the season so much better. And I just want to take this special time to thank them.
Quad Cities has a rich history in youth soccer, and that only bodes well for the future of the Eagles, I believe. The Eagles yet again resume possession of the ball, and just watching these Aries players, they're not into it. A good through ball through to Muchow, but Troy Osborne yet again has to come out and make a sliding save as Muchow jumps over him. Troy Osborne yet again active, but the forwards and the midfielders for the Aries are just not even in the game at this point, it doesn't seem. Every once in a while you'll get a flash, but they almost appear disinterested at this point. And as I say that, they make a nice run up the middle of the field. A bad outlet pass puts a number 18, Hunter McMahon, in a bad position. A good ball into the middle by him, though, and this is a decent chance for the Aries if they can get a shot on goal, especially on a goalie that has not had a lot of time in there so far today. Cleared out by the Eagles, though, and right to another Eagles player. They're in a good position to counterattack now. Carrying the ball across midfield, pokes it up, and a good run here by the Eagles. They can get a good cross. There it is, and a shot and a goal for the Eagles. Goal. Number 3, I believe that was Austin Otto. And you could just feel that counterattack coming. It was extremely well executed. Austin Otto with a great finish across the net. Powers it past goalie Troy Osborne, who's just had, despite being down 3-0, Troy Osborne has actually had a pretty solid day. He's just been beaten back there, and yet again on the fantastic run up the field and cross by the Eagles.
Do you happen to see who made that assist?
I believe the assist might have gone to Kyle Yeager. Now we start again off yet another goal by the Eagles, this time off the foot of substitute Austin Otto. And if you're an Eagles coach, you gotta love when a player comes off the bench and contributes. On a good run, he was there, a little trying to get fancy there as the Aries and loses possession to John Frericks, and now a good attempt at a run, offside. But Frerick was well offsides, and that'll give the Aries a free kick in their own territory. And it looks like the Aries are actually going to make a substitution along with the Eagles here. Looks like for the Aries, number 5 PZ Yang is going to come into the game and take over for a clearly fatigued Gunnar Olsen, who's been run ragged out there. They need to get, that was a good move for the Aries. I think they need to get a little bit of legs up front because they've just been dominated in the midfield and up top. It appears that Willie Cappy's getting ready to come in for the Eagles as well. Continuing to get fresh legs into the middle of the field for the Eagles. A good pass there, but Kendrick Tyler is called offsides by the sideline official. It led to a breakaway, so if that flag didn't go up, you got to think that could have been number 4. Here's your Eagles substitution with Willie Cappy. Looks like he's going to come in for Jamie Castrejon. Castrejon was real strong today. He was really strong today. Castrejon was almost, well, he took all the corner kicks, which could have worn his legs out in himself with how many that they've had.
Yeah, that's a lot of running from the defensive mid to up the field all the time. Well, that was, no, we're not thinking the same. I was thinking Castrejon. Yeah, it was Castrejon. That was
Castrejon. Plus, he had a fantastic early shot across from Austin Otto. Goes off the crossbar. I'm not sure if that was an intended shot or not. I think he was trying to cross the ball, but it sailed on him a little bit, went off the crossbar, and will go all the way across the field for a throw-in for the Aries.
Quad City Eagles would like to thank Group O Company and all its employees for their generous support. Group O Company provides marketing solutions, supply chain management.
Aries possess the ball and take it back to goalkeeper Troy Osborne, who I'm pretty sure has ran more than just about anybody else on the field for the Aries. He's been all over the place, and despite giving up the 3 goals, he's actually had a pretty strong game. Ball goes back to the Eagles' Joe Frericks as he works the ball through the middle. Willie Cappy, the latest sub for the Eagles, into the game, puts the ball through the middle. A little bit of miscommunication, or I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, the ball went through and everybody just kind of was just
Standing there watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Troy Osborne will boot the ball upfield and try and give the Aries a chance.
Yeah, I agree with this. I think Troy Osborne's played a heck of a game. He just had defense collapse around him, and that's some of those driving shots. But he has had some great saves and done a nice job back there.
Have another Eagles substitution coming in. It looks like Eduardo Garza is going to be coming into the game, but they're taking a water break, so I'm not 100% sure who it's going to be for. But we're at 21-22 right now in the second half, and it's a official whistled water break with this heat.
If I'm right, I think Garza is a midfielder, but he's one of those midfielders that tends to play up a lot. So don't be surprised if he goes into midfield but ends up being in the forward position sometimes.
And I think the main focus right now with all these substitutions is just keeping fresh legs. When you're winning the way the Eagles have been winning today with just domination of possession, more than anything, you don't want to lose that. So you want to keep those fresh legs in there so that they can hold on to that possession as long as possible. But I think this late in the game, as we pointed out at the beginning, fitness takes such a large part, and the fact that the Eagles are currently able to make so many substitutions and keep so many fresh legs out there, and the Aries just don't have the numbers for it right now.
Well, I think we got to give the coaches credit there, because they're the ones that have to end up making those decisions, who's going in and who's going out, and when to do it. It seems to me like they've made their substitutions very nicely.
Yep. So the Eagles are slowly coming back out on the field after their water break, and it looks like a few Aries are coming out as well, but can't explain enough how much these mandated water breaks, how important they are in this kind of heat and the humidity.
But not only are they so important for the players, they're important for us. We can use that little break of water and hydrate a little bit.
The referees need that break as well.
That's true.
So it looks like the referees are hydrated again. The Eagles players are hydrated again. The Aries players are taking a little bit longer time as they're whistled out by the referee. The only a few Aries players are currently out there, but they're slowly coming out now, and it looks like we're getting ready to get started yet again with a throw-in deep in Eagles territory by Joe Frericks.
Okay, did you see that, Seth? Let's make that substitution there.
Yep, that was Eduardo Garza came in for Emlyn Jacoby, the captain. I'm a little surprised nobody took the armband from Emlyn Jacoby. He's still got it on the sidelines.
That's something that usually does happen, doesn't it?
A good effort today by Emlyn Jacoby. He was definitely one of the key players as far as possession goes in the midfield. He really did a good job of controlling the field, as a captain should. He did his part well today. There's a great center ball by Frericks. He's going to put the ball across to a wide open Willie Cappy. Comes into the game. He's only been in for a few minutes. Touches one past the keeper, Troy Osborne, as the Eagles score their 4th goal of the game.
And that's Garza just coming in.
Garza and Cappy, the latest 2 Eagles to come into the game with the assist and the goal. And And really, the last 2 goals, the Eagles have done a fantastic job of utilizing the sideline and making just nice, easy crosses into the middle that, to a wide open player. And they just have touched the ball past Troy Osborne, who's just having a heck of a time with all these shots that have come his way. The Aries defense is clearly fatigued. They're dragging. They're tired. They've been out there all game, and they've been doing a lot of chasing of the Eagles' possession. So they've got to be fatigued. And I think the later we get in this game, with about 20 minutes left here in the second half, you might see even a couple more by the Eagles, especially with all their fresh legs. Eduardo Garza really giving them trouble right now with his fresh legs, trying to make an impact off the bench. That was, I'm pretty sure, an illegal throwback.
I think that was a pretty much illegal throw, but
don't see those called too much outside of
well, and it
extremely
might be
soccer,
too.
though.
You have the referees, and you know that they feel the heat out there too, and
well, it's a ticky-tacky call against a team that was losing
Exactly.
4-0. So you won't see that
so
call.
I mean that goes to show you. I used to ref, and I used to get so upset because I thought there were some calls that were just meant to be made and some that weren't meant to be made.
Good through ball to the middle. It actually hung up a little bit there and couldn't get through the gap of defense to Kendrick Tyson, who made a good run. It looked like it was going right through to him, and then slowed down in this humid heat. Willie Cappy possesses the ball through, and a great pass to Kendrick Tyson, who's got an opportunity to score. Hits it off his left foot. Troy Osborne's able to rattle it up, but a breakaway opportunity for Kendrick Tyson, trying to get his second goal of the game, and he just lost the touch on the ball. Since Eduardo Garza's come into the game, Kendrick Tyson's moved up to more of a forward position. And I think that's quite a bit just to save his legs. He's been doing a lot of running in this game, and I think they're trying to save his legs by moving him up a little bit. The Eagles continue to possess the ball. Now, a lot of times in blowouts like this, you'll see a team kind of lay back, try and drift the clock off, that sort of thing. But with all the substitutions that the Eagles have had, you don't want to necessarily bring out, 7 new guys, and they don't want to sit back just coming into the game. They want to be active. They want to put some goals in too. So you're not going to see too much of that. Scored a header, 2-1 U.S.
That's exactly what happened in the last game, man.
So the Aries now trying to possess the ball, and I wouldn't be too surprised at all just to mainly try and see the Aries run out the clock here to avoid going down anymore. They don't have too many subs. Oh, they're going to try and sneak one past here, but a great running out, sliding save there by Tyler Coward. Takes control of the ball and immediately rolls it back out to Joe Frericks. Tyler Coward shutting anything down before it can happen for the Aries. Now a through ball up to number 13, Austin Otto, who puts the ball across, but I think it was tipped, and Troy Osborne's easily able to wrangle it up, and he'll get rid of the ball out of the box. Throw it out to the sideline here. Number 13, John Cheer. But again, the fresh legs of the Eagles. Some of those substitutions really taking advantage of the tired legs of the Aries now.
And that might show too with Tyler Coward having the fresh legs, where
the Eagles had about 4 players offsides in that situation. It was a nice through ball, but the entire Eagles offense was waiting for it, and the Aries defense stepped up, and they were all offsides. It was an easy call by the Sutherland official.
Yeah, what I was getting to is, Nick Roman's been out there the whole game. He's been working his tail off, but when you're out there standing, sometimes you just lose some of your quickness, and I think Tyler brought that quickness back to the game.
Ooh, and they call Hunter McMahon possessing the ball along the sideline. Said it went out of bounds. I'm not 100% sure it did, but the Eagles will take the call and take the possession back, and they'll work it through their defense.
Who got that goal?
Willie Cappy got the last goal for the Eagles off the assist of Eduardo Garza. Another through ball, and the Eagles really appear to be trying to take advantage of the tired legs of the Aries, and they will. A great shot, goal on a through ball on a possession. Eduardo Garza, the fresh legs, come in and get the goal on a nice through ball. I can't even tell you right now who hit that through ball, but it was beautiful. But that puts the Eagles up 5-0 over the Aries as they just continue to dominate with these new fresh legs into the game. Not 100% sure, but I think that might have been Kyle Yeager on the assist.
I think we can give it to Kyle. What the heck?
Oh no, I'm sorry, not Kyle Yeager. It was Aaron Winkleman, another substitution on the assist. As the Eagles subs have really come in here and done a good job. A lot of times subs can come in, maybe be a little flat-footed, but they brought in the fresh legs, and these subs for the Eagles have been very active.
And I think thus you see the difference too. I think we've
Great
had
through ball by Fredericks gives Kendrick Tyson a great opportunity on the breakaway. The ball bounces up and gets him in the hand though. Kendrick Tyson, despite the fact that he already has a goal, he's really looking for that second one, and he's caught some bad breaks.
Yeah.
A bad touch earlier on a breakaway. That opportunity would have been a breakaway, but the ball bounces up and gets him in the hand. Kendrick Tyson's really been a big part of the Eagles' success today with his possession and his speed. He's been giving them problems all day. Here's Max Muchow possessing through the middle of the field, passing out to Joe Fredericks. Kyle Yeager has been another good sub. He passes it up to Muchow. Muchow loses it. So Yeager comes up, gets it again, possesses it in the box, and scores. Another substitution goal for the Eagles as the Eagles go up 6-0 with 12:44 left in the game. I'm not sure if you give Max Muchow the assist on that one, since Kyle Yeager technically stole the ball from him. But he just took over that possession all the way through. Finally buries it in the net past a tired and frustrated Troy Osborne. And gut feeling, I think the Aries want to go home.
I think you're right. They're getting really tired legs now.
Here comes Kendrick Tyson, steals the ball. He's going to dribble all the way through the defense, takes a shot. Troy Osborne with a good diving save that's going to knock it out for a corner kick. But I mean, you are seeing a completely disheartened Aries team here. They are struggling in every aspect right now, and even an Eagles player who's been as active and in the whole game as Kendrick Tyson is making them look flat-footed. Good corner kick leads to a header that goes across the goal mouth, but it'll go out of bounds for a goal kick for the Aries. Another good effort. The corner kick was taken that time by Willie Cappy. So the Aries will take a goal kick here with about 11 and a half left in the second half. The Eagles up 6-0. Goals so far from Thomas Catania, Kendrick Tyson, Austin Otto, Eduardo Garza, Willie Cappy, and Kyle Yeager. The interesting thing is only 2 of the 6 goals so far are from starters. 4 of the goals have come from substitutions that the Eagles have made. Obviously good ones. And part of that is the fresh legs of the substitutions taking advantage of the tired Aries team. The Aries only brought 3 substitutions with them. They are sapped out there, and you can tell. Whereas I believe the Eagles have now used all 7 of theirs, and they're really taking advantage of the tired legs.
Listening, caring, doing what is right. The Quad City Eagles would like to thank the Center for their generous support of the Eagles. We encourage all Eagles fans to visit Center Credit Union.
The Eagles are going to possess it to the defense and bring it up on the side of the field again. Ferrix has really done a good job in the second half of possessing the ball on the sideline and really making a lot of things happen. He hasn't got his name on the score sheet necessarily yet, but he's been responsible for a couple of these second half goals just off of good runs and good effort. Kendrick Tyson's playing almost a defensive position. He's literally been everywhere on the field today. He's been a really vital part of the Eagles' success today. Has played a really solid game altogether. The Eagles will once again possess the ball through the defense and look to move up as the pass goes up to Willie Cappy in the center. A little bit of Eagles confusion there, but he plays it up to the center, and the Aries will actually take over as they pass back to Troy Osborne to try and regroup a little bit. You almost have to feel bad at this point for the Aries, who are clearly so gassed. They had a good opportunity there with possession in the Eagles' half, and just no pressure all the time in the world, just lost the ball straight to an Eagles player. I mean, they're out of gas right now, and the Eagles are really proving that point with their fresh legs. Lately, Kyle Yeager and Max Muchow causing problems in the midfield for the Aries, who are attempting any chance they can get to get some possession going here. Aries trying to possess a little bit through the midfield now, but the ball floats through all the way, and Tyler Cowherd's easily going to be able to wrangle it up. He's actually going to take it at his feet and give it back to the defense, Aaron Winkleman, and they're going to bring it up to the defense, which they've done really well all day today. And now it does. It looks like Kendrick Tyson is now playing a right back position. I mean, I'm not sure if there's a position that he has yet to play today.
Do you want one?
Aries trying to make something out of nothing here with an attempt at the right side from Hunter McMahon, foiled again by the defense. But here comes Renard Sillard with a little bit left in the tank. He fires a shot off the post from about 25 yards out. A great low beamer. Actually gets past a diving Tyler Cowherd, but goes off the post, and the Eagles keep the clean sheet for now. Kendrick Tyson actually regained possession of the ball, played it upfield, and now the Eagles are trying to counterattack. But the Aries are able to poke it out of bounds, which will lead to another Eagles corner kick. And
you know, Seth, that was nice to see with the Aries that there's still a little life in them. They want to push, and they got a shot off, and it didn't go in, but it's still good to see there's a little life in there.
Yeah, Renaud Sillard, number 28 for the Aries, has really been, I'd say him and Hunter McMahon have been the two breaths of fresh air for him here in the second half. The two that really still appear to want to put one on the scoreboard. A good corner kick that's punched out by Troy Osborne. But the Eagles will still possess around the box. There's a touch in the middle. Max Muchow is going to put it back out for Kendrick Tyson on the right side, and he's going to play it into the middle. Scooped up by Troy Osborne, though, and he's going to throw it out, and they're going to try and counterattack. But I just don't know if the Aries have the numbers. Renaud Szilard was cherry picking a little bit while he was getting a drink of water, and a nice little give and go to give Hunter McMahon an opportunity up the sideline, but the ball just sails out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles.
A little bit after the game, after the Eagles do their cool down, they'll be available for autographs.
So a good effort to get things going for the Aries, but they just can't seem to put 2 and 2 together here. And they're actually going to call it an Aries throw-in, which I don't really understand. I'm pretty sure Hunter McMahon just dribbled it out of bounds by himself.
I think the linesman
Maybe a
raised his flag, but he raised his flag on the right side instead of the left side like it should have been, and that's what the referee went with.
And that's going to be full time. The Eagles are going to take this game 6-0. A dominating performance over the Aries, and the Aries were just overmatched as far as numbers, as far as play and possession. They really took over this game. So the Eagles take this one on a hot summer day here at Erickson Field. 6-0. Goals by Thomas Catania, Kendrick Tyson, Austin Otto, Willie Cappy, Eduardo Garza, and Kyle Yeager. Again, Eagles 6, Aries 0.
And I'm going to thank all of you for watching this, and